One day, Bob was sitting around in his chair. Oh, this is a nice fire I have going here in my campfire. It's pretty hot though, I don't want to touch it. And then he said, well, I think I better get some wood for this fire so it doesn't go out. I want to keep it burning all night. So Bob said, I know how to get fire. I'm gonna go grab my chainsaw and I'm gonna go to the Joby wood forest. Gotta make sure my chainsaw works though. He pulled the cord and it goes vroom, vroom, vroom. And he said, my chainsaw works good. So he set it down. He said, now I need lots of wood for my fire. But first I have to go get the Joby wood. So Bob picked up his chainsaw and he carried it all the way over to his ATV and he put it into the trailer and then he climbed up on it and he said, now I have to go into the woods to get my Joby wood. So he pressed the gas and it went forward. And Bob's trailer and ATV were being pulled along. And they were going along into the forest. Over into the forest, Bob saw the Joby wood. So he drove his ATV up to it. Boom. And then he got off his ATV. And he said, there's some good Joby wood. And Bob reached into his trailer and he pulled out his chainsaw. Then he tested it and he said, vroom, vroom. And his chainsaw worked just fine. So he walked over to the Joby wood and being very careful, he cut down the Joby wood. Boom, 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 timber! And the Joby wood fell down. So Bob put his chainsaw on his ATV and he bent over and using proper form and technique, he lifted the Joby wood up and he carried the Joby wood to his trailer. Then he made sure the Joby wood was in his trailer and he climbed back up. He said, oh, I don't want to forget my chainsaw though. So he picked up his chainsaw and put it back in the trailer. Then he got on his ATV again. Boom, 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 boom. And he backed up a little. Boom, boom, boom. And he drove to his campsite. Boom. And then Bob was back at his campsite by his tent and his little campfire. So Bob said, now I have all the wood for my campfire. So Bob went over and picked up the Joby wood and he put it on the fire. And then the campfire got really big because it had lots of Joby wood now. And the campfire was burning good. And Bob said, oh, I'm going to sleep good tonight. I'm going to stay warm. So Bob got into his tent and went to sleep on his little bed. That's called a cot. So the fire burned and kept Bob warm all night while he got a good night's sleep. And then Bob woke up the next day and said, oh, that was a good sleep. I stayed nice and warm because of that Joby wood. It burned very, very well. Now I gotta go get some more today. And that's what Bob did. And that's the story of Bob going on his ATV to cut some Joby wood down.